So recently in the Power Ranger comics, they adapted the Dairanger suits into an actual team, but people have always wondered what would happen if Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2 adapted the suits. There's been several fan videos recreating the opening of the Dairanger suits, but what if the story went a little differently and they actually adapted them? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about it. So why didn't they adapt the rest of the Dairanger suits when it came to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2? Well, it's because the Zyuranger suits had become so iconic. At this point, the show was in its prime, and those suits were recognizable as the Power Rangers, and they still are to its day. So Saban was kind of worried if they made a change to those iconic suits, kids would lose interest. So they let Tommy come back as the White Ranger since the character was so popular, and they used most of the Keyboard Ranger footage for those fight scenes. Now, for this what if video, I want some of the events in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2 to play out the same. We don't want to make too many drastic changes in the Ranger timeline that will throw everything for a loop, but we want to add some additions and make some changes here and there. So Lord Zedd is still going to be the main villain, he's still going to throw Rita into space like he did when he first arrived, but things are going to play out very differently from how they did at the start of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2. So in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2, the Zords were heavily damaged and had to be upgraded to the Thunder Zords, but what if Lord Zedd was actually to destroy the Ranger Zords and make them lose their connection to the Morphin Grid, and they had to get new powers to combat Zedd and his forces? So Zordon gives them the mystical power of the Aura Beast along with the Thunder Zords. Seeing how they can no longer use the Zyuranger footage, we'll say in this situation they no longer have a requirement to use the Dragon Ranger footage, so Tommy has to retire from being the Green Ranger due to losing his connection to the Morphin Grid as well. So that means Zordon says that they'll find a way eventually to restore Tommy's powers, eventually leading to him becoming the White Ranger. Now, of course, several other things play out the same, like the Stone Canyon Trio taking over in the Peace Conference. We're still going to have that go down, where Rocky, Aisha, and Adam now take up the mantle of being the Red, Green, and Yellow Ranger. So they've got those powers that they inherited from the original Rangers. And rewatching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2, it has a lot of filler in it, a lot of fluff, a lot of episodes that just drag on, and a lot of unnecessarily three-parters or multi-parters in that season that don't really do a lot for me when I rewatch them as an adult. So I feel like we can cut the episode count down for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2 and get it down to roughly about 40 episodes like Season 1 was intended to be. Because like I said, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2 has some great moments, but I feel like after the Stone Canyon Trio join, or Lord Zedd and Rita get married, there's some episodes that just drag, or some episodes that don't necessarily have to be there. I mean, Season 2 of MMPI ended on Billy being evil for an entire episode. I mean, they don't end on a big bang. I mean, it's basically a filler episode where Billy turns bad for an episode, and nothing happens, no consequences moving forward. It's just that one episode. So I feel like that if they were going to do a season finale for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2, they could end it on a bang, and I'd say get rid of Return of the Green Ranger. I'm not much of a fan of that episode looking back on it. I feel like it's a sloppily cut together fight between two different Sentai seasons with the Zord footage, and ended on the wedding with Lord Zedd and Rita getting married, and then they can hype up Rita returning of being an actual threat, of her getting back together with Lord Zedd, and the monster they can fight for the Season 2 finale can be Silverhorns, because that was basically the last monster they fought in Dairanger before the final arc and everything went down. So it'd be a good place to end it on. I mean, Lord Zedd and Rita get married, they fight Silverhorns, they think all is safe, but in the shadows you have Rita and Zedd planning, which is going to lead into Season 3, where the Rangers have to get their ninja powers later down the line. So that's something we can talk about eventually if this video does well. I can talk about maybe instead of using the Alien Rangers, it could be what if the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers use the Kako Ranger suits, although that'd be another hard video to walk on with sort of writing out certain Rangers here and there. So that might be planned for another day if I can get the scripting done. So like I said, it can end on Season 2 with them fighting Silverhorns and Lord Zedd and Rita getting married. So with the Rangers now using the Dairanger suits, let's talk about their power sets and moves that they can use with the brand new Dairanger suits. So of course, Jason/Rocky is going to have the power of fire, but not only that, they can use the power of aura and chi to channel that fire into their fist to sort of give them a flaming punch or kick to enhance their abilities. Zack, now being the Green Ranger, would be able to use the power of illusions and sort of channel his Mammoth's deep freeze abilities that he used for his Zord. You would have Billy now having the power of gravity to his advantage, but seeing how Billy's so smart, he can use that gravity power to plan out a situation ahead to sort of work around the enemy. Alright, now here's Trini. Trini is an interesting one because in Dairanger, the Yellow Ranger used Drunken Fist, and being Power Rangers, they probably can't call it Drunken Fist, but if they use a lot of in-suit fighting when it comes to the Yellow Ranger, they could probably easily work around it, and instead of calling it Drunken Fist, they could probably call it Dizzy Fist, which is something they called in Naruto when Rock Lee used Drunken Fist, but seeing how the Drunken Fist technique is kind of sporadic and Trini's movements would be hard to predict, that's when they could do it. Trini's got a brand new fighting style where her movements are so sporadic and unpredictable that the enemies don't know what they're going to do next. And as for her Dairanger suits, well, Trini now has the ability to control time and rewind it, giving her some edge in battle where if she gets damaged, she can rewind time for a few seconds and make sure she can plan ahead in battle if someone or herself gets injured. And Kimberly, well, Kimberly now has the power of wind on her side. Kind of lame, but that's basically what the Pink Ranger did in Dairanger as well. So, anyway guys, that is my sort of what-if scenario. Not the best what-if, but sort of what-if Power Rangers Season 2 adapted the Dairanger suits, because a lot of people have been wondering how that would go down if it actually went down. So, leave a comment down below, how would you adapt the Dairanger suits in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2, and write your own sort of like scenario, or how the powers would play out. I'd love to hear them in the comment section down below, so don't forget to leave something down below if you made it this far into the video, because comments and stuff like that help the video out there, pushes it in the YouTube algorithm, makes people discover it, makes people want to watch it, and YouTube promotes it more. YouTube's weird with what they want to promote when it comes to that algorithm, so if you could leave a comment, leave a like, and share this video around to social media, that'd be much appreciated. So with that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, take care, bye.